Hello, my name is Zachary Williamson, and welcome back to Beat the Rake DFS. We are a brand new DFS coverage site. Make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, helps us grow. And in the link below, there'll be a link to our general Discord. You can get in, ask some questions, talk to us. And then if you really want, you're really interested, make sure you sign up to be a Patreon. These are Canadian prices. I am Canadian, so it's really $12, $12 to $21.50. We do our best to try to be the most inexpensive DFS coverage site while still offering premium content. With NBA, you get access to my ownership projections, my normal projections. You get access to cheat sheets, cores. You get access to my personal player pool. I narrow it down based on like value and stuff like that for you guys. And then obviously you get access to me, the DFS Pro, and other DFS pros as well. And then obviously we have the MMA and EPL monthly. With that, you get full access to projections, Discord server, where you can ask us questions. EPL has been firing, been great all around for soccer. And then obviously you can get access to everything. So but yeah, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's important for us to grow. I'm going to try to make this one kind of quick. I'm kind of dealing with a little bit of a stomach bug, so wanted to make sure I got some content out for you guys. But yeah, we got a 4-game EPL slate. Obviously, the Arsenal-Liverpool game was canceled because Liverpool's in the Carabao Cup final. And so that's just the way it goes. And I kind of am glad that one was taken off the slate because those like I'm tired of Liverpool being on every slate because they're always so expensive, but you always have to play them. Anyway, Brentford Newcastle. This game's gonna be interesting. So there is really nobody on on Brentford that I'm excited for. Forced to have it with Newcastle. You could probably play David Raya, good shot stopping keeper. Brentford's not great defensively. The issue that I have with Brentford is like their sets kind of bounce between Janalt and Mbueo, and sometimes Norgard will take some. And on top of that, he's not going to start, unlikely, but it looks like we're going to get a debut for Christian Erickson. They're going to try to get him some game time, per the manager Brentford, Thomas Frank. And so he probably comes on and takes a lot of the sets. He's got a great delivery. He takes everything for Norway, I believe. And so Christian Erickson coming in, not starting, gonna hurt us. If he does randomly start, because like I said, I believe he's probably pretty cheap. 62. Okay, so no, probably not. Like if he was like mid fours or mid fives, sure. But yeah. Anyway, Newcastle. We have no Trippier. He's out for probably a couple weeks, maybe longer than that. Broke something in his foot. Anyway, so interesting. Everybody thought it was going to be Ryan Fraser on a monopoly against West Ham, and it wasn't. It was kind of a split between Matt Targett and Ryan Fraser, and Matt Targett took more of the sets than Ryan Fraser, even before Ryan Fraser was subbed off. So it'll probably be a set, but Matt Targett is someone that I want to target. Bad joke there, but he's always been a good crosser. It took a lot of sets for Villa last year. So after like Grealish had gone down for a bit and it was Matty Targett. So yeah, I like Targett. This game, I like Newcastle, Jacob Murphy, Joe Willock. You could play like Emil Kraft, but I wouldn't because like the wingbacks are good on the slate. But he's just an option. Chris Wood as a second forward makes some sense. Brentford's not great. And Newcastle has been playing a lot better since they got all these pieces in. Like Dan Burns played really good. Eddie Howe is starting to whip them into shape. So yeah. Brighton and Aston Villa. If you see this lineup, it'll most likely be Alexis McAllister. Last week, McAllister got 9 floor points, even though they got destroyed by Burnley. And it was just a weird game for Brighton because Graham Potter has usually got Brighton tuned up. So I expect this game to be pretty back and forth, pretty open. Both teams do that. Villa's away form is not great. We've talked about this historically. We kind of see Villa spike when they're at home. So, like you can even see here with Coutinho, home did okay, away no, home great, away no, home no, right? It's just like Coutinho's kind of like how the team goes. It's just a good example of what happens. So I think that Alexis McAllister, if this lineup is in and you don't see Pascal Gross, obviously is a great play. He'll probably be like the second midfielder you get at 7,500, obviously with Bruno on the slate, but we'll get to that. And then Lamptey, Cucurella, you can get to them as set as Flores. Cucurella did take a set the last game they were in, so look for that. But it'll probably be most likely be an Alexis McAllister, with maybe like Cucurella taking one. Villa's sets are all over the place. It's been back to Douglas Luiz, John McGinn, which is what it was before they brought in Coutinho and Digne. I expect it to continue as McGinn and Luiz. I don't know if I go to either. I believe like Luiz doesn't do anything other than sets. So at 4-4, he's okay. But you have the opportunity for a game like this against Watford where he doesn't take much. And then McGinn, like at 5-6, like there's just better options. He'll have the sets. So they split usually in swingers, I believe. So Luiz will take on this side, McGinn will take over here, but I'm not going to do it. I will say Emi Martinez is probably one of my favorite keepers on the slate. I always try to find that goalie, that pay down goalie that could probably have good upside. I love Emi Martinez, one of the better keepers in the Premier League, in my opinion, former Arsenal guy. So Arsenal screwed that up. Although they got Ramsdale, so it worked out. But Emi Martinez really good. So I'll probably play him a lot at his price. Crystal Palace, Burnley. So Burnley's been really interesting, but we'll get there. If you see this Crystal Palace lineup, they're home. Connor Gallagher will probably take sets. You might see Elise taking over one. I do like Gallagher as well. It's tough to get like him and like Bruno and like McAllister in. So you can, but it's just tough on the slate. But I'll definitely have some exposure to Gallagher in this lineup. That's probably it. Like Zaha's more expensive than Ronaldo, I believe. So do that with what you may. Yeah, 96 Zaha, I'm okay. Matata is okay. 6,500 now. So he's been like historically like mid five. So like that's where I thought he was. So I'm probably good. Elise is expensive, really priced up. Palace, Burnley. You basically need to look for two things. That is Maxwell Cornet is like touch and go on whether or not he could play tomorrow. If he is in, he'll likely have everything. If not, it's going to be Dwight McNeil, because we have seen the resurgence of Josh Brownhill lately. So he's been starting over, again, just dealing with something. He's been starting over Ashley Westwood, who's been hurt. He did clear COVID protocols, so it's potential that he'll be back, but if he isn't, so okay, so this is what you need to look for. I'll just explain. If you see this lineup, it'll be McNeil. Brownhill took some of the indirects, non-corners, and he looks really good in this lineup at 3,600. And so, but he's played really well. For them to drop him, that'll be pretty tough, right? Because he's got a goal, got an assist against Tottenham. But we'll see, because Sean Dyche does love his Ashley Westwood. Did clear COVID protocols. If you see Ashley Westwood in, he'll have a split, and I'm not interested in it, just at his price. So, and then McNeil probably makes a good second for it as long as there's no Cornet. He's got a great floor. 9 crosses there against Tottenham, 6 against. So like the way Burnley plays is they're always trying to like throw the ball into their striker Weghorst, or Chris Wood, who's no longer there, or Ashley Barnes. Jay Rodriguez worth a shot as well at a second forward. He's cheap. has some upside here and there, right? Against Brighton, he got an assist. Against Man U, he scored. So not like the worst floor, but or not a great floor, but not the worst ceiling. So I believe Nick Pope at 4,200 is definitely worth a shout as well. Palace aren't the best at finishing. They haven't been playing as good as they started out. And this is what we see as the Premier League season tends to go long. We start to like weed out who's real and who's not. But yeah, Burnley looks like they're probably going to avoid regulation in this form. But just monitor the lineup. If you see this lineup, Josh Brownhill, Dwight McNeil makes sense. You want to pair with Weghorst as a second forward, go for it. He's okay, but yeah, if you see Westwood in, that obviously hurts Dwight McNeil a little bit, but you can probably get there. But I'm kind of hoping it's this one because I'd love to play some Josh Brownhill at that price. There's just not a lot of value on the slate. Man U against Watford. I am a Man U fan. I expect this to be probably the starting lineup. They did play Lindelof at right back on the week or during the week against Atletico. He played actually well there, but we'll see. There's no McTominay. He's out with injury. No Cavani, also out with injury as well. So this is where it's going to come down. It's going to be interesting. Do you play Cristiano Ronaldo or not? They are home favorites. They're expected to win. The issue with Ronaldo is he doesn't have the floor that he's historically had. And it's just Man U doesn't get they don't feed the ball in very often. So like Brighton was a good game, but that was a red card, keep in mind. Then he scored. But like when he doesn't score, like you're seeing these 7, 6, 6. It's just not like he doesn't have the 12 floor that he's historically had. He's not getting a lot of service, unfortunately, from just Man U. It was the same issue Man U had last year with like striker, and everybody's like, they're gonna get Ronaldo or Holland, and the problems will be fixed. It wasn't the striker's fault, right? When you're not getting service to the striker, especially when you have Rashford on the wing, and they're just not putting the ball into the box or putting the ball into an area where the striker can attack it, like there's not so much you can do. It's not 2012 Ronaldo where he's going to drive it teams. Like he kind of needs the ball to his feet or to his head. So anyway, that's my Man U rant. I think Luke Shaw, if in, will have a split of stats. He's okay. I'll probably play a decent amount of him at 6,200. Tellez, if in, he played really well when he came on against Atletico. So maybe you see Tellez rotate in. We'll see. He's more expensive, but Tellez will be better for open play crossing and have a share of the direct. Bruno is a lock and load. Got to play Bruno. I think Sancho and Elanga could be your like two forwards. Elanga is more expensive than Sancho. Wow. I didn't know. Jeez, they really priced up Man U's forwards, but I definitely like Sancho. We're starting to see like his Dortmund form back. Looked really good against Atletico. Obviously did really good against Leeds. Did good against Southampton. This doesn't look good, but like he played well. I just didn't get the fantasy points as sometimes you don't. But I definitely like Sancho. Like I said, he's starting to round back into form. That's kind of Man U. I'll probably get a lot. I like Paul Pogba too. Play Man U like against Watford. Anyway, this lineup, Ismail Sarr, Josh King, and Emmanuel Dennis made Man U's made Man U look really poor. The last time they played, obviously, is in Watford, but Watford does have a good away form. As a Man U fan, I'm not stoked to say this, but I think they're going to give like Man U some struggle on the counter. So all of them in GPPs are okay. In this lineup, we did actually see and got some clarity on a situation, which is good. Kiko Firmino took over Luza and Cleverly the last game. So just play Kiko Firmino as well like you can. Man U does concede a decent amount of sets. 5,100 is okay. So that's kind of the slate, guys. I'll do a quick build here. I haven't had the opportunity to build, but there's definitely some things I'm going to want to do. So I'll probably play Target. Probably play Bruno as like a starting piece. Probably play Sancho. And say like you don't see, I'll probably play some Dwight McNeil at that if you don't see Cornet. Good second forward. But this is what I'm saying. Like it's tough. You're gonna have to find value somewhere. Maybe you want to play Emi Martinez. Okay, so this is where it like kind of gets tough for pricing. Maybe, like I said, I haven't quite built, so I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. Let's see. It'd be pretty impossible to get Luke Shaw in there. So maybe sheesh. Yeah, pricing's tight, guys. Look for starting lineups because that'll make a difference. Let's see, what does that leave me? So yeah, that's okay. On that, guys, have yourselves a fantastic day. Sorry it wasn't more in depth. Like I said, I'm just not feeling great. So on that, have yourselves a good day. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and good luck tomorrow.